Two young women had unexpectedly traveled back in time to ancient China, and they had been living there for 5 years. Unlike other time travelers who typically used their modern knowledge to cozy up to the emperor, these two chose a completely different path. Quietly, and without seeking fame or favor, they took up modest government posts in a small rural county. Using forward-thinking concepts from the modern world, they transformed the once poverty-stricken and desolate county into a thriving, almost utopian city within just 5 years. To avoid drawing the emperor's attention to their town, every time they submitted official reports to the capital, they would carefully word them, describing the county as struggling and destitute after carefully planning everything together. What they didn't anticipate, however, was that the emperor himself would one day personally visit their county to inspect local life. The moment he arrived, he was stopped at the city gate by a female soldier demanding to check his credentials. The emperor was immediately taken aback. Why were women serving in official positions? After making some inquiries, he learned that this was a policy introduced by the county magistrate, gender equality. As long as someone passed the entrance exam, they could work in the government office, regardless of gender. This revelation delighted the emperor, as it perfectly aligned with his ideal vision of a harmonious and equitable society. Curious about this unusual county magistrate, the emperor entered the city to investigate. No sooner had he arrived than he saw women in the marketplace selling something called sanitary pads. He and his attendant, unfamiliar with the item, were instantly intrigued and asked, "What is this? What is this new invention? It looks like it could be quite useful." "It's called a sanitary pad made for women," one of the vendors replied. "Brother, what would you want it for?" Embarrassed, the two men tried to slip away. But just then, they witnessed a woman, who claimed to be part of the Women's Federation, beating a man in public for committing domestic violence. The emperor and his companion were stunned. They had never imagined that, in broad daylight, a woman would be the one beating a man on the street. Infuriated, the man who was being beaten started to protest only to turn and see another woman selling bikinis, which she proudly claimed were designed by Magistrate Su. Seeing such revealing clothing out in the open, the man immediately began cursing the magistrate for being shameless. This sudden chaos shattered the emperor's favorable impression of the county magistrate. Outraged, he stormed off toward the government office to confront them and demand an explanation, only to walk in and find the magistrate in the middle of a court hearing.